Well, a lot of you might like call my bluffs or something, but for a while now, multiple build videos, I have told you that if you want a certain build, let me know in the comment section below. And I think a lot of you would call my bluff and be like, he won't do that. He won't do that. Well, here's a prime example where what I say in previous videos is if it's a build that can be viable or piques my interest, I'll try it out. And if it's worth a go, I'll give it a go and show you guys, what's up. And this build is one of those builds. So technically, and logically, I probably would not have used this build at all, ever. And I think that when people think of these off-the-wall builds, it's not only refreshing, but it's quite telling, like, where these people's minds go, where your minds go. I mean, it's quite amazing. Like, seeing some of the build ideas that you guys have been putting in the comments are quite insane. Some of them are just not, it's not really worth giving it a go. But in some cases, they are quite interesting. And this is one of those builds. So I hope you enjoy it. If you are one of the people that recommended this combination, let me know in the comment section below. I will pin your comment. And yeah, here we go. Let's knock out this pretty unique build video. All right. What's going on, YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 build video. Now, shout out to the DoD Disciples of Doom. And in today's build video, I am doing a requested type of build. I changed, I didn't really change anything. It's pretty much exactly how it was requested. So yeah, this is going to be a Bluescreen Negotiators Dilemma build with the Vial Mask. Yeah. And surprisingly, it's actually pretty fun once you get used to it. But don't take my word for it. Let me show you some gameplay, and then we will jump into the build breakdown. Let me know what you guys think and all that jazz. But first, don't forget to bring out that popcorn, hit that like, support the channel by subscribing, and let me know what you guys think in the comments below. But all right, here we go with the gameplay footage. Enjoy. Now, giving this thing a go, it's really not bad. The problem for me personally is I have to keep remembering to proc the blue screen. That's my only problem. I mean, besides that, this thing actually rocks. You can get multiple people under the marks, kill them at the same time, and then whenever you do your blue screen proc, they all proc at the same time. I think the highest I've seen the Vial hit them for so far is around 43,000. But that's, with like no status effects on the build. Except for what's on the Vial Mask. Damn. I thought the optimal range on this blue screen was a little bit further. Thought I had that guy. But right now, what I'm doing is I'm testing this in Countdown. It's been pretty good. The hunters weren't that bad. I'm trying to like showcase the Negotiators Dilemma and the blue screen part at the same time. Right there, it was about a 39k proc for the Vial. That's all right. But it's not bad. I mean, it's okay. We'll keep testing it, and we'll get to see some better stuff with this. Oh, you were behind me. Yo, get off of me, bro. Oh, he's gonna kill me. He's gonna kill me. Oh, nice. Whew. There we go. Nice. GG's. Get this part. Nice, thank you. And get the other side. There we go. I think the trickiest part with this build is getting the Negotiators marks to kill multiple enemies, and then also proc the blue screen at the same time. That's my biggest hurdle. But once you get that down, this is a lot of fun, actually. Because if they're focusing you, you can proc the blue screen. It'll disorient them and mess them up, and then you can just face tank them. And the Negotiator's Dilemma is making it a lot of fun to get the multiple enemies at once. It's not bad. Not bad at all.
Torres is waiting for your signal.
Alright, hunter time. Boom. There's supposed to be one in front of us. He didn't spawn in front of us. Okay. Let's keep going. I mean, we can push down. That was only one hunter. Maybe the other one's down at the extraction point. I'm sure they are. There's like 5 at the ending. Alright. Get some more enemies. Yep, Negotiator's working really good with the blue screen. I mean, I'm liking that part. It's definitely working as advertised. Is that another hunter? Alright. There we go. Nice. And then the blue screen procs. That one's only 26k. I wonder why that one was lower. Interesting. Okay. There we go. Oh, hunter's still back there. Hold on. Let's get that hunter.
System reactivated.
There we go. Nice. Got him. GG's. GG's. Alright, let's keep going. There's not many more. Yeah, there actually are. There's quite a few more. Nice. Nice. We're getting them all on marks. Nice. Okay. Okay. Hold on. We got this. We got this. And then boom. Nice. Oh, look at that. Oh, glorious. That was a good example for this build. I had all of them on marked. I procced the blue screen. They all died right there near the same time. That was a really good good one. Now there's 3 hunters right here though. Jesus. Oh, there we go. 33,000 on the vial proc there. It's interesting how that changes. I've seen as low as like 26k, and I've seen as high as like 44k. So far, anyways. Yeah. Nice. Good job. Get this hunter. We've almost cleared it out. Nice, nice. Yeah, procking the blue screen is pretty fun though. And all you have to do is deploy a skill. I mean, I'm just dropping my hive and picking it back up. It's super easy. Nice. GG's, guys. Get the sniper. There we go. GG's. Let's get out of here. That was good. Oh, come on. I decided after that countdown match to do a little solo Lincoln Memorial. Just to try it out. I wanted to see how it'd work with all these enemies getting the marks. The only thing is that it's hard to remember about the blue screen proc. Like right there, I killed them all with Negotiator's Dilemma, but I totally forgot to do the blue screen proc. So let's keep going. Come on. That didn't read my reload. All right, here we go. Mark them all as much as I can. There we go. Yo, they're all dead. That's awesome. That was sick. That was a good one. Oh, there's this red right here. Oh. Oh, that was a close one. There we go. Nice. And you can see how once you do that, it like disorients them and messes them up really good. It's quite funny. it's like, oh, they're about to shoot me. Let me proc the blue screen. Oop, nope, they're not going to shoot me. It's like a immediate stagger effect. Perfect for focus firing. And then this Negotiator's Dilemma is just making life so much easier. Oh, am I going to die? Oh, there we go. Woo. Yeah, this is fun. I actually like this. I do. I like this. All right, I'm not going to do like 20 minutes worth of gameplay on this one. This is a test build for a request that one of you gave me. And yeah, so let's check it out. This is pretty cool. It's very unique in a sense that I would have never put this together if it wasn't for one of you. So again, thank you for shouting out whatever builds you guys want, and let me know in the comments if there's other builds that you would want to see. But this is the Bluescreen with the Vial Mask, and then Negotiator's Dilemma. Whoever thought of this, crazy. I would have never thought about this. But it actually kind of works. It really does. Now, there are a few things that you could change, but for the main premise, what I would do is keep the Bluescreen, keep the Vial Mask, keep the 4-piece Negotiator's Dilemma, and then the Contractor's Gloves. Because the Contractor's Gloves not only give you LMG damage for the Bluescreen, but also the armor damage as well. Now, things you can change on this build, you can change the specialization to whatever you want. You can change the secondary and sidearm to whatever you want. And also the skills you can change to whatever it is you want. But as long as you have this build combination with the Bluescreen, you can try it out. It's actually quite fun. Now, starting off with the specialization, I'm using the Technician specialization. Reason being, really, I get the +1 tier. I'm at tier 2 for my skills. I'm using the Booster Hive as my primary skill just so I can proc the Bluescreen over and over whenever. All you have to do is drop the Hive, pick it right back up, and then get your stacks up again, drop the Hive, pick it right back up. And when you drop the Hive, you also get that booster proc at the same time. And my booster amount right now is at 35.2%. So that is 35.2% buff amount. And that goes towards your weapon handling, your hazard protection, and then also your melee damage. Now, the other skill, you can use whatever you want. I just highly recommend using a Hive because you can just drop it and pick it right back up. Now, I was going to try this out with like a shield or something, but sadly, you're not able to use it with a shield. I know a lot of you like to use shields, and I sadly don't. So I'm going to try to incorporate the shield into some of the builds. But with that new, you get disoriented as soon as your shield breaks mechanic. It just makes me want to stay away from the shield even more. But I keep hearing more people talk about the shields. Even like in my pyro build I did yesterday, people were like, yeah, you could use it with the firewall and the shield. And yeah, you can. I did that on other pyro builds. But after this latest update, why would I want to? I don't want to use a shield. Like, unless it's like a big, like 13 to 16 million health, bulwark. I don't really want to use it because at least with the bulwark, you can put it away before it breaks. With like the Crusader and the Striker, they have significantly less health. So if you're really getting lit up, especially in PvP, there's no chance. There is no chance of survival once they focus in on you. I don't know. I know a lot of people are like, well, just put the shield away. I don't know. I'm just not a big shield fan. Anyways, got a little off subject there, but looking at the weapons, I am only using the Bluescreen, and here it is in all of its glory. Now, it's sitting at 112.3k total damage because I am at expertise level 4 on the weapon. That means I have upgraded it 4 times. Now, this one is God rolled max LMG damage, damage to targets out of cover, and armor damage. But it is all about the talent disruptor rounds. Now, this thing is really cool, and I only proc it when it's at full stacks, and I'll explain why. So, disruptor rounds. Shooting an enemy will mark that enemy and add a stack up to 50. Now, shooting marked enemies will refresh the stack, and yeah, you're good to go. Now, when you deploy a non-shield skill, meaning you can't just whip out a shield, I mean, we're doing the same mechanic just with the hive. Shh, don't tell anyone. Once you deploy a non-shield skill, it will remove all of the stacks on your agent, and all those marked targets will trigger an effect. Now, the reason why I do the full stacks, I do the 50 stacks, because the 50 stacks will pulse them, disrupt them, disorient them, and all hostiles within 10 meters will also be marked for 5 seconds. And then this effect will trigger immediately if any of those enemies are killed. I mean, that's pretty much the game over, situation. You get them all on 50 stacks, and you're doing vial damage from the mask, and you have them all marked with the Negotiator's Dilemma. It's just game over. It truly is. Now, the other stacks, 1 to 10, it'll just pulse them. 11 to 25, it'll pulse and disrupt. And then 26 to 49, it'll pulse, disrupt, and disorient. But you want the 50 stacks because whenever you kill one of those or whenever you proc it, all the enemies within 10 meters get it as well, even if you didn't, shoot them and get them all on marks. That's the sick part. And moving on, remember that you can use whatever for the secondary and the sidearm, does not matter. Now, overview on the build. I have tier 2 skills because I am using the Vial Mask and then also the Technician specialization. Now, jumping into the build itself, I am rocking 4 pieces of Negotiator's Dilemma with the chest piece and the backpack, so I get to mark up to 5 enemies and deal 100% of the damage to all marked enemies. Not only that, but the vial is going to distribute a damage over time debuff to all of those enemies that I mark with the blue screen. And the contractor's gloves not only give me more damage for the blue screen, but then also more armor damage. Now, again, I am using that hive just to proc the blue screen over and over, but then it also gives me a buttload of weapon handling, which helps me with the blue screen and reloading. And then you can use whatever you want for the other skill. Now, deep dive into the build itself. I have 1.1 million armor. Technically, I have 2 yellow core attributes, 3 red, and 2 blue. Now, deep dive into the build, starting with the mask. The Vial Mask comes with a skill tier, status effects, and hazard. And then I threw on there crit chance. I do have some pretty nice crit numbers for this blue screen. Now, what makes the Vial Mask so cool with the blue screen is that the blue screen will proc a status effect. When that status effect is procced, it will also proc this talent, Toxic Delivery. So Toxic Delivery status effects you will also apply a damage over time debuff for 10 seconds. That total damage dealt is equal to 50% of your concussion grenade damage and is increased by your status effects attributes. Now, I am not running any status effects on this build except for on that mask. And with that, I am ranging between like 26,000 and like 46,000 range for the vial procs. I'm not sure why. It's like a 20,000 difference, but it might have something to do because I was hitting those high numbers solo. So it didn't have anything to do with like players and player buffs. I don't know. I'm going to have to do some more testing. Let me know what you guys think. Why would sometimes my vial would be like 26K and then other times it would be like 46K? Let me know in the comments below. Now, looking at the Negotiator's Dilemma, I am rocking the chest piece, which gives us 5 marked targets, but we're going to talk about it with the backpack. So, Negotiator's Dilemma, the gear set bonuses we get from this build: 15% crit chance, 20% crit hit damage, and then the 4-piece gives us that talent, Hostile Negotiations. So crit hits will mark an enemy for 20 seconds. You can mark up to 5 enemies total because I have that backpack on. Now, when you critically hit a marked enemy, all other marked enemies will take 100% of that damage dealt because I am using critical measures on the backpack. So 100% of my crit hits will go to all marked enemies. Whenever a marked enemy dies, you will gain 2% crit hit damage, stacking up to 20 times. So I could get upwards of 40% more crit hit damage. Now, looking at the blue screen, I am sitting at 40 and just under 48 crit chance and 113 crit hit damage. So with full negotiator procs, I could get up to 153 crit hit damage. Now going back to the backpack, the attributes, I have max armor for the core, crit chance at 4.7, and then max crit chance for the mod. The next Negotiator's Dilemma piece, the chest piece. Now this has max weapon damage for the core, max crit damage, and then a max crit chance mod. Now this one comes with that talent target rich environment, and that's where I get to mark up to 5 enemies instead of the normal 3. Next piece is the holster, max weapon damage, max crit damage, and the knee pads, max armor, and then max crit hit damage. Last piece of the puzzle is the contractor gloves. Now the contractor gloves are the named Petrov gloves with armor damage as an attribute. Now the Petrov brand set bonus that we get from this build, 10% LMG damage. That helps our blue screen out significantly. Also, it comes with a max weapon damage core attribute and then max crit hit damage. And there's your build. Pretty simple, right? It was requested, hey, could you use the blue screen and Vial? And then someone else is like, hey, could you use the blue screen and Negotiators? Hey, could you use both? And I'm like, yeah, I could try. It sounds interesting. Because not only are you marking the enemies with your weapon, you're also marking them with your gear set. And you're able to proc 2 different times. You're able to proc the Disrupt, Pulse, Disorient, all that with the weapon, but then you're also procking the Vial at the same time while shooting them with Negotiators marks, which kills all of them at the same time. I mean, it's a good combination. Now, for all the gameplay, I was either solo or I did a solo queue. So if you're in like a nice knit group and you have team synergy, this build is actually pretty fun to use. It's quite surprising. There's been quite a few of those build requests that you guys put in the comments that are like just so off the wall. I'm like, I'm not really going to jump on that train. But this one has actually rang true, and it is actually pretty fun. Now let's finish up with the stats and get you out of here. So this is for the blue screen. I'm at 112.3k weapon damage, 37.4 for the PvP weapon. 47.7 crit chance, 113 crit damage, 85 headshot, and 14 armor damage. Don't forget about the damage targets out of cover. Now I have 59% all weapon damage bonus with 40% LMG damage bonus. So every time I'm using the blue screen, I'm starting off at 99 damage bonus total. Now going to the gear talents, I am using the Negotiator's chest piece and backpack, so I get both of those talents along with the Vial Toxic Delivery. Defensive tab, I'm at 1.1 million, just over, like 1.1 million 16. I mean, it's right there. For the armor, I'm at 338k for the health. I have 10% explosion and 20% hazard. Now, the explosive resistance and the hazard protection are mainly due to my watch level, which then goes to my disclaimer I do for all my build videos. Oop, won't show my watch there. I have to be away from the wall. There we go. All right, so build disclaimer for all my build videos. I am shade level 35, 36 for this build video. That means all of these attribute boxes are maxed out 50 of 50. So if you are at or above shade level 1000, you go to copy and paste my build, you should get the exact same numbers and results. However, if you are below shade level 1000, some of these attribute boxes will not be maxed out. Therefore, when you go to copy and paste my build, some of your numbers will not be as high as mine. It's okay. Don't freak out. It's still a fun build to use. This is definitely not a meta build. It's more of like a off the wall non-meta build, and it's still really fun to use. So try it out. The only thing I recommend is that once you reach shade level 1000, your character is technically min-maxed. Therefore, you're getting the most potential out of your builds. So I recommend that you try to get to shade level 1000. Now, it's not a requirement, I'm just recommending it. But all right, everyone. This is my Bluescreen Negotiators Dilemma Vile Mask build. Uh, it's actually pretty damn fun. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you found this build video helpful or informative in any way, shape, or form, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Subscribe for more Division content. I am bringing you guys Division videos every single day. And yeah, let me know other builds in the comments and all of that jazz. I am Kamikazevondoom. Take care, everyone. I will see you all in the next one. Peace.